Happy Halloween, everybody. What up, y'all? It's your boy Juggalo972 back here, and welcome to Ask Juggalo972 Part 8, the Halloween-themed edition. Okay, that was a pretty bad way of just trying to be scary. But yeah, it is Halloween. I wish everybody a very, very happy Halloween out there. Please be safe when you're out trick-or-treating. Don't go out and cause trouble. But if you're going to cause trouble, make it a harmless rib, okay? Because, you know, it's dangerous out there, but you know, that's just, you know, something I can really share to you. So, never mind with the boring stuff. Let's get on to these questions. The first question comes from 8TV. He asks, how you been, mate? I've been good. Working in the medical field. Pro wrestling hasn't been much of a thing lately, but I'm having a lot of fun, you know, just doing phlebotomy. He asks, what are your thoughts on artists signed to Magic Ninja Records or Psychopathic Records? Like the newer ones, GMO, Ouija, Blase Rose, all of them. Blase Rose, I gotta say, is the biggest disappointment. Now, let me clarify something real quick. Blase Rose, mismanagement, her, you know, when you're considered unmanageable, that's your own fault. Because as an artist, you're expected to conduct yourself, you know, with certain professionalism. Sure, it's a record label. You know, everybody lets loose and whatnot, though. But you're expected to conduct yourself as a professional. I mean, I think, you know, honestly, she tells a hell of a story in rhyme. However, she fucked her own self. So, a disappointment would be a best way to describe Blase Rose. Let's see, Gmo Ski out of Magic Ninja and Gorilla Voltage are my favorites. I saw them for the very, very, very first time on my birthday this year on the Psychomania tour. Gmo made a fan out of me. I wasn't, you know, too sold, you know, on his G music video, but when I saw him perform live along with Gorilla Voltage, they bring, you know, their own, you know, unique energy to themselves too. Gmo Ski, you know, being from, I believe is from California. He has a certain West Coast style to go with him too. Gorilla Voltage, though, they're just high impact. That's what I love about him. Yeah, I mean, I that's pretty much what I think, you know. Light is okay. The guy's got fire. The guy can spit fast. Ouija, I really don't know because I really haven't heard much of his stuff. I really haven't had the opportunity to. But I've heard good things about him as well. And where and how can we see more of your wrestling footage? Like I had mentioned, just here on my channel, I haven't been working shows a lot though because, you know, work's got to come first. I've kind of found a brand new love working in the medical field too, so, but stay on the lookout for that. And what would be your ultimate gathering of the Juggalo lineup, dead or alive, regardless of their affiliations to underground music? My ultimate gathering of the Juggalo lineup would be from 2003 because that was a solid performance from everybody. Now, as far as bringing more people on, I would use the 2003 lineup, but here's who I would add. My boy Class, you know, he's here from DFW. He's signed with the I believe it's a LSP. Who else? Ronnie Blaze, if you ever get a chance to check him out. Who else? Then I'll add more metal bands too. Mushroomhead, the band Norther, Fear Factor, who I've seen live as well too. Dope, Comba Christ, Head PE, God, who else? Yeah, I'd add more metal bands along to, you know, to the Juggalo culture because, you know, Juggalos are metalheads too. So I think honestly that 2003 lineup for the Gathering of the Juggalos, if you get a chance to look them up with the bands I've laid out too, that's what I'd put on. Oh, Ritz, some more Tech 9, and Cut Calhoun. Who else? And Johnny Richter. Not Cottonmouth King's Johnny Richter, but today's Johnny Richter. DC Fago Guy asks, what was your favorite Halloween costume you had as a kid? Adult too, if you want to make it for two. When I was a kid, in 7th grade, I dressed up as Leon Kennedy. Now, I had some Right Shield, some Right Gear pants with some combat boots, and a long sleeve t-shirt with my dad's, because my dad used to be a police officer for Garrett, Texas Police Department. And what we did, we made a small little mold, just like a foam mold of what is it? a foam mold of a bulletproof vest, and on the front we also had some iron-on letters that said RPD on them. That said Raccoon Police Department. I had one of those little cap guns, the ones that look, what is it, like a 45? Those old cap guns that we used to have as a kid where they looked real, but they had the little orange cap gimmick on the front to show that it was fake. I also had like one of those little press-in knives as well. And what I did, because my dad had an extra holster at the time, because he was a police officer, he had a holster that he let me use. On the side, we took I forget what it was. We took some wood and we painted it gray to symbolize that there were magazines, clips. And I took a hairspray bottle, an empty hairspray bottle that was clear, put some water in it and put some green dye, and went to my printer and taped out, just cut it out, and on the tape it said first aid spray. The scariest memory that I had, when I was 14 years old, I got caught in a drive-by shooting. At the time, my girlfriend, my best friend, and myself were waiting on her, my girlfriend's mother to come pick her up. On the other side of the street, there was a gang fight going on. Her mother drove past us and completely missed us. I was wearing black shorts, and I believe I was wearing a red t-shirt. I think it was a Dark Lotus t-shirt during that time. This was like 2001 when this happened. I don't remember everything too clearly, though, because it happened so fast. But all I remember hearing was just gunshots. A car, coming behind us, just bullets whizzing by, and I could feel these bullets, coming behind me. It was pretty scary. Yeah, it was probably one of the most scariest things I'll ever remember. You never forget a lot of things that you experience, even if they happen pretty fast. But to me, that's what I remember. If I were stuck in a horror movie as my own personal hell, what movie would that be? I'd probably be the guy, putting ribs on people on a Friday the 13th movie, because the Joker must die. And when you can't make people laugh, though, and then you get killed, sure, everybody else laughs, though, but, the laughter kind of stops after that. Dioxide187. What's that song by Twiztid? Lyrics: who you looking at? Who you talking to? Easy question. My buddy Ape actually already answered it, but I'll elaborate. On Man's Myth, that one's called Fuck You. On Mutant, there's a rock version of that called Fuck You Part 2. And it also appears on Mutant Remixed and Remastered as well. I believe that one's still called Fuck You Part 2 as well. Don't quote me on that, but you know what? I think it is. Yeah, double check it too. Kushlong asks, did you go see the Most Tasteless show? No, I didn't make the Most Tasteless tour this year. I saw Twiztid on my birthday this year, which was on May 23rd. Twiztid was there. Young Wicked, I wasn't really into. Gmo Skeet and Gorilla Voltage was on that tour. It was a really fun show too. Plus, during that, when the tour came by here to Fort Worth, Texas, I was working. I was working overnight. And I must say, though, as much as I really, really wanted to go, to that tour, I was having a lot of fun at my job. Matter of fact, I'm still having fun with it, too. That doesn't mean I wish I would have gone to see it, though. Son of Sam Hain asks, which is better in your opinion, Fright Fest or Hallowicked? I don't know, because I've never been to a Fright Fest. I've only been to a Hallowicked. But I can tell you this. When you flip a coin, heads being Hallowicked, tails being Fright Fest, you can't lose. If I could pick my favorite Halloween-related Juggalo album, what would it be? It's another good question. Again, two sides of the coin. Heads or tails? Regardless of what it is, I've got two. ICP's 20-year Hallowicked compilation, and tails, Twiztid's Cryptic Collection Halloween Edition. With all the sightings and semi-violent encounters that society has with clowns, especially in the last decade or so, would you dress up, paint up / Juggalo style, and walk around the town proudly, even if it means a possible encounter with a hater of the law? Okay. By the way, that was a question by What Lies Beneath Is What's Real. To answer that part of your question, no. Because if that's happening, why would you walk around like that to begin with? That's not common sense. But matter of fact, if with all that going down, you're just asking for more trouble too. Now, not to say that I'm a weak person, but you gotta use your brain. I don't need face paint or merch to walk around proudly as a juggalo, because I can tell you this right now. This right here and this right here is all I'll ever need. You know, I don't need merch. I don't need a hatchet charm. I don't need a cap or anything like that, though, because I know what I am. Matter of fact, I think we all know who we are too. And besides, if you remember these little clown encounters, quote unquote, I think a lot of those are work. I really do. And even with all that going down, that really faded out pretty quickly too. I mean, it didn't last very long, so I don't know. I never really paid too much attention to it though. How would I represent us? Very simple. Treat others with respect, just the way I would like to be treated. You know, treat others the way you want to be treated. That's how I would represent us. I mean, I know juggalos, are known for, being mischief makers and causing a lot of trouble, and this whole gang label that we marched for. Matter of fact, if you saw what we did in the march, that's a perfect example of how it would represent us. Walk proudly, but not be overbearing about it, because, sure, and you can always be opinionated. Anybody can be opinionated though, but when you're overly opinionated, you're not very well liked. But I would represent us by treating us with dignity, respect, honor, and most importantly, as an equal. Because that's all we want, We all want to be, treated as equals as well. Granted, the gang label is only on select parts of the United States. It's still pretty impactful, the fact that, music fans are, themselves, or just juggalos in general, are treated as second-class citizens. Well, let me rephrase that. Not second-class citizens, as dangerous citizens in some places. So, regardless of who, you are as a person, whether you're a juggalo or a metalhead, a punk kid or emo kid, we're all human beings to begin with. So that's how I would represent us as human beings. It's good questions, though. Thank you all for sending in all your questions. I had a blast doing all. I always have a blast doing Ask Juggalo972 with everybody, because I love interacting, with all my subscribers. Hell, I'm only going on 8,000-ish, going on 9,000 subscribers. I mean, I noticed that some of y'all are kind of dropping off the margin though, because some of your accounts are being deleted, but that's cool. I appreciate and I love every last one of y'all. Have a safe Halloween. Once the Hallowicked single for this year comes up, I'm going to try to get it up as soon as I can. My new schedule will allow me to get to it as quick as I can as well. So, keep an eye out. Much love. Peace. I love every last one of y'all. Be good to each other. Be safe and a happy Halloween. Peace.